please remain standing and pause in a moment of silence for our service people, those who are serving, members of the class of 2016 who will serve, and for those who have fallen. Thank you. Please join in as Jillian Whalen leads us in the Pledge to the Flag and as our chorus sings the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please be seated. Good evening, everyone. Superintendent Gilbert Whitner, members of the school committee and Board of Selectmen, invited guests, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. I would like to welcome you to this evening's graduation ceremonies for the class of 2016. I will begin by introducing the class officers and other distinguished student leaders in this graduating class. Will these students please stand as I call your name? President Gerard Devlin. Vice President Cooper Leonard. Vice President of Publicity Caitlin Rabinowitz. Secretary Jillian Whalen. Treasurer Joshua Spicer. Selected Student Speaker Rachel Sword. Student Council President Erica Badger. Salutatorian Gerard Devlin. Valedictorian Leah Polito. Students wearing gold sashes and tassels have been elected to the National Honor Society on the basis of outstanding academic achievements. Will National Honor Society members please stand for recognition? Students wearing maroon cords have been elected to the National History Scholar Society on the basis of outstanding achievement in history. Would History Scholar Society members please stand for recognition? Students wearing red, white, and blue cords have been inducted into the National French Honor Society. Would French Honor Society members please stand for recognition? Students wearing a red and gold cord have been inducted into the National Spanish Honor Society. National Spanish Honor Society members, please stand for recognition. Students wearing green and silver cords have been inducted into the National Business Honor Society. Would Business Honor Society members please stand for recognition? Students wearing green, gold, and purple cords have been inducted into the National Science Honor Society. Would Science Honor Society members please stand for recognition? Students wearing blue and gold cords have been inducted into the English Honor Society. Would English Honor Society members please stand for recognition? Thirteen members of this class have committed to serving our country with military service. Brian Malloy, Michael Morse, Luke Rogers, Lucas Winnett, Kyle Yazbek, Megan Youngclaws, Brandon Carrasquillo, Jason Carrero, Samantha Coletti, Ian Davis, Colin Downing, Curtis Hermes, and Ryan Amato. Please stand for recognition. Thank you for your service, and be safe. I would like to introduce Vice President Cooper Leonard to give his remarks.
On behalf of the class of 2016, I would like to welcome you all tonight. I would like to give a special thank you to administrators, school committee members, teachers, staff, our class advisors, Ms. Jones and Ms. Geegan, our former advisor, Mr. Googans, friends, and of course, family, all of whom have helped us strive through these past 4 years to get us to this moment. On a more personal level, I'd like to thank my mother, father, and sister Scout for teaching and encouraging me to be a better student and an even better person. Without your help and assistance, these past 12 years would have never been possible, and I can never thank you enough for that. Now that I've thanked everyone and their mother, I'd like to wholeheartedly congratulate the graduating class of 2016. My friend Rachel Sword will go on to give you the nitty-gritty and quite frankly scary statistics of how long we've been Whitman Hanson students. But for 4 years, we've dedicated our lives to the betterment of our education. Lost within this time frame marked by research papers, final exams, projects, AP exams, SATs, and ACTs, are the moments we truly learn from this experience that we all share. I don't mean how Pythagorean theorem can help us solve a right triangle, or how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or even how Alexander Hamilton is the father of modern banking, though some of us learn that elsewhere. No, I'm talking about the lessons we learned from persevering through a challenging class that you originally thought was above your skill set, the ones where you broke out of your shell, made new friends, and became a more confident you. And ones where you sought out that extra help you needed for a class, showing you can take ownership of your situations. Tonight, when we leave, those are the lessons etched into our brains. Two minutes? So that means 2 more minutes of improvisation, I guess. I can do this. What do we want to talk about? Optimism. Winston Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." Almost all 300 of us have become familiar with difficulties these past 4 years. Whether it be in academics, sports, drama, choir, or in our microcosms of friendships there have been rough patches. But we've made it. You've always kept in mind there was an ending to these bad times, and following that, a rebirth of those euphoric times that you always missed. For example, when you finished up that math final and you were able to say to yourself proudly, "I never have to use Pythagorean theorem again." But hey, good came out of that countless studying or practicing. You made that grade and got the credit. You won that game and clinched a tournament bid. You sang your voices out and won that competition. The class of 2016 may well have proved to go down as one of the most talented classes to pass through these halls. And none of these great accomplishments of ours could have been possible without the mentality of there being a worthwhile end result. Seniors, I know there have always been bleak moments along our journey, but we saw the end of that tunnel and worked towards it. And tonight, we meet that end. I have no doubt the class of 2016 will continue on to do the impossible, and not just see the opportunity in every difficulty, but seize the opportunity in every difficulty as well. Thank you.
Please turn your attention to our chorus as they perform Final Beat. Please welcome the Salutatorian of the class of 2016, Gerard Devlin, presenting his speech, starting with a crawl.
Good evening. I want to congratulate everyone in the class of 2016 for making it this far. The road wasn't easy for any of us, but we're all sitting here today, and that is something to be proud of. Most importantly, I'm going to ask the class of 2016 right now to stop and think for a moment. Think of everyone in your life who helped you get to this point. For each of us, it was probably many different people: parents, teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, just to name a few. When you leave here today, remember to say thank you and make it known how appreciative you are of the help they've given you throughout your last 4 years. As many of you know, I'm a man of few words, so I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I think most of us would say that high school had its ups and downs. However, if you put aside the homework, the research papers, the tests, AP exams, and SATs, high school was an amazing 4 years we will remember for the rest of our lives. We went to football games in the freezing cold, we watched the girls' soccer team dominate, and we traveled to the garden with the boys' basketball team. Most of all, we made lifelong friends. As I thought of what to say here today, I remembered an assignment from AP Literature class. It was titled The Quote of the Day, and we had to analyze a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. I chose, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Keep moving forward. This is important to remember. You can't be good at everything. For example, I can't take photographs like my brother Jack. I can't even do my own laundry. Shout out to my mom. And I definitely can't write a good speech. But the show choir didn't become grand champs by sitting on the couch all day. The cheerleading team didn't win 5 state championships in a row by slacking at practice. They all started slowly, and they kept moving forward. No one is good at everything, but you won't get good at anything if you don't first try. There's no shame in starting with the crawl. Do you think Josh Rice was nailing deep threes in kindergarten? Was Caitlin Rabinovitz accepted to Harvard before she could read? Was Alex Clegg strumming the guitar perfectly when he first picked one up? No. They all started by crawling. If you want to really get good at something, you have to be willing to start at the bottom. And if you keep moving forward, with a lot of hard work, maybe one day you'll fly. I'd be lying if I told you that everyone here was going to go out into the world and do something amazing. A more accurate statement would be that everyone here has the potential to do something amazing. In the words of Bill Nye the Science Guy, some of us might just change the world. Why not us? Why can't someone in this room do something incredible? Why can't a Whitman Hanson graduate be the next Steve Jobs or the next Tom Brady? I truly believe members of the class of 2016 are capable of changing the world. So who's it going to be? I want to end by saying good luck, class of 2016, wherever you may go. Our lives are about to change. Just remember, don't be afraid to start with the crawl. Thank you.
Please enjoy the Whitman Hanson Regional High School Band and their rendition of Spoon River. Senior members of the band and chorus, please return to your seats. It is my pleasure to welcome to the podium the valedictorian of the class of 2016, Leah Polito, to present her speech, Vessels of Happiness.
First, I would like to start off by giving a necessary thank you to everyone who helped me to get to where I am today. To my family, thank you for your unconditional love and support. I apologize for preventing you all from sleeping for the first 2 years of my life, for as my mom says, I was born a 40-year-old woman and never stopped crying because I was trapped in a baby's body. In the end, I hope I was worth it, and I think I turned out okay. Second, I would like to thank my teachers, as well as the rest of the faculty at Whitman Hanson, because I truly believe that I received the most that I possibly could have gotten out of my education. I cannot express how grateful I have been to have such dedicated and knowledgeable teachers. I may have been a quiet kid in class who rarely participated, but I paid attention for the most part. I promise. Third, I would like to thank my graduating class for the honor of representing you tonight. Maybe I am biased, but I don't think this school is going to be the same without us. From high-frequency show choir being grand champions, to seeing the boys basketball team play in the TD Garden, to student council being named a Gold Council of Excellence, it's been an amazing year, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will all accomplish extraordinary things. I am so proud to be a part of the class of 2016. Nothing sums up my generation more than the fact that my chief source of inspiration for writing my speech came from one of my favorite posts on Tumblr. Because yes, even the valedictorian wastes copious amounts of time on social media when she should be doing her homework. The post goes as follows: "An entire sea of water can't sink a ship unless it gets inside the ship. Similarly, the negativity of the world can't put you down unless you allow it to get inside you." The Tumblr post got me thinking. Why is it that children seem to be happy all the time, yet we oftentimes become more cynical as we age? One could argue that the answer is simple. Children do not have any real responsibilities and have yet to be exposed to the pressing issues of the world. While I agree, I think that there is an even more prominent explanation. As children, we are surrounded by nothing but optimism. Going to the doctor means getting a lollipop. Everyone gets a turn at being the line leader, and the only depressing part of the day is the end of recess. On the contrary, as we grow older, we are taught that it's a cruel world out there and that only the most qualified applicants make the cut. As humans, we tend to absorb the attitudes that surround us and reflect these attitudes in our own behavior, which is why I think that we are in the midst of a general slump in our country today. However, I do not think the world has to be cruel. Within each of us exists a power, the power to be positive. There is power in being polite to that rude customer, even though they're practically yelling in your face. There is power in offering a smile to a classmate when seeing them in public, instead of pretending that they aren't there. There is power in not leaving a seat between you and a person who is sitting alone when they clearly aren't saving it for a friend. There is power in saving that sarcastic tweet in your drafts instead of starting a Twitter fight. And there is power in simply doing the right thing. We are all more powerful than we think, but if we are going to change the state of our country and of the world, that change must first come from within. I believe that an immense part of why I am here today is my ability to remain positive. Through the countless late nights studying or doing homework in between shifts at my 2 jobs, or having to effectively do calculus at 7:05 every morning, I knew that it would all lead up to this moment and that everything would work itself out in the end. And I believe that my class, the class of 2016, will succeed because of our attitude and resilience. After all, we adapted to having an additional class in our schedule senior year. We made the best of having a different rally this year. We made it through the day without seminar. We suffered through restricted Wi-Fi and poor cell service. And we survived. And now we are minutes away from graduating. For this, I think we should all be immensely proud. So, to my graduating class, and everyone in attendance here tonight, I encourage you all to be vessels of happiness. As you progress through the voyage that is life, take a moment to think about the ways in which you can make a positive change in yourself and others. And as Mark Twain once said, sail away from the safe harbor, but never let the negativity of the world sink your ship.
Please welcome the chairperson of the school committee, Robert Hayes, to address the class of 2016.
On behalf of the Whitman Hanson Regional School Committee, it gives me great pleasure to welcome members of the faculty, parents, elected officials, guests, and most important, ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2016. Tonight's graduating ceremony is the effort of many, many people. Their dedication to education and excellence is never ending. I would like to have the faculty, the staff, and the administration please stand for recognition. The class of 2016 was made for greatness. They have had and will have in the future some of life's greatest challenges. Electing their first president of the United States will be very challenging this year. That in itself will help them when they're going off to college, military service, or today's workforce, because that will also be very challenging. Paying bills and doing laundry that mom and dad did will have its own challenges. But most of all, they have to challenge deeper thinking and problem solving. The prospect of making a life and molding relationships that will forever define who they are. The only thing in life other than love that cannot be bought and sold is time. You must learn to use your time wisely. Give and receive quality attention to and from others. Make sure you give your time. Put down the cell phones and the iPads. And make sure you spend quality time to interact and socialize with family and friends. It is so important in today's world. We all rely on cell phones. We all do it. We all have iPads. Socialize. That's what we need. Look to the future with hope. Be true to yourself. Don't live in fear. Be free. Have no secrets. This will define who you are. Remember, failure is one step closer to success. If you are a lifelong learner, there is no failure, only true experience. And I quote this from an unnamed source because I could not Google it and find out who it was. Remember, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2016.
I'd like to invite our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Ruth Gilbert Whitner, to present her remarks to the class of 2016.
Members of the Whitman Hanson Regional School Committee, Mr. Simonak, esteemed faculty of the Whitman Hanson Regional High School, parents, relatives, friends of the graduates, members of the class of 1966, and members of the class of 2016. It is an honor and privilege to be addressing you this evening. Each student, as a lifelong learner, is prepared to face the challenges of the future with the skills needed to become a responsible citizen. That is the last sentence of the vision statement of the Whitman Hanson Regional School District, a claim more relevant this evening than during your entire educational career. Because whether you're going on to higher education, the military, or the workplace, the challenges of the future are guaranteed to be there. Just ask any adult here this evening. Those challenges are right outside the door, waiting for you. But it's the second part of that sentence that I want to talk to you about, the skills needed to become a responsible citizen. Whitman Hanson has been preparing you to become a responsible citizen ever since you shared your crayons way back in kindergarten. From elementary through middle school and now at high school, teachers, coaches, counselors, administrators, support personnel, and the school committee have provided you with an educational program embedded in the values of perseverance, honesty, and self-discipline. From the very beginning of your schooling, that preparation has taken place in classrooms, on the playing fields, on stage, in the music room, and even in the hallways as you moved from class to class. Because my office is located in this building, I knew that I could find evidence of responsible citizenship right here at the high school. In order to get a closer look at how the skills needed for responsible citizenship are conveyed, I headed out on a self-guided tour beginning on the top floor of this building. On the afternoon of my journey, publicity for the upcoming show, Seussical, was everywhere, with pictures of the actors and others' information about tickets and performances. I couldn't make it down a single hallway without encountering at least 6 flyers for the show, hanging by that ubiquitous blue tape on the walls and doors. Each one communicated the pride of active participation of the cast and the crew. While I was trying to recall the songs from the show, and I won't sing them, it occurred to me that whether a student is part of a dramatic production, the chorus, the band, a sports team, a club, or extracurricular activity, it was clear. Responsible citizens are good contributors. They participate and they get involved. I continued my travels along the halls and I saw more flyers, some advertising the Marine Biology Club's Whale Watch trip, others with information about Student Environmental Awareness Club, or SEEK, and an entire bulletin board with green in large, not-to-be-ignored letters. While reading these signs, I noticed recycling barrels punctuating each hallway. As I thought about the last whale watch I went on, tossed my plastic bottle into the recycling bin, and promised to be more green, I got the message. Responsible citizens recycle, pick up trash, promote a cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable world for everyone. Throughout the high school, I saw information about Special Olympics, Best Buddies, it takes just you to make a difference. Relay for Life, Cancer Awareness Week, and support for Children's Hospital. In the library, Portraits of Kindness, the Whitman Hanson Art in Action Memory Project for children living in Ethiopian orphanages was on display. The display in the library and the posters throughout the school confirmed that responsible citizenship at Whitman Hanson also means service to others. Responsible citizens help and serve others in need. I ended my walk by going down the hallway where the art rooms are located. Laminated posters created by art students decorated the corridor. On these comic-like posters were many messages. Be unique. Think before you act. Winners are those who refuse to lose. Don't do drugs. The words on these posters, directed right at the observer, underscored the key word when it comes to responsible citizenship. And that word is respect. Responsible citizens respect themselves, and responsible citizens respect others. They are accountable for their own actions, treating others the way they would like to be treated. My tour of this high school served as a testimony that you, the class of 2016, through your involvement in an array of activities, concern for the environment, service to others, that you have learned the skills necessary to become responsible citizens. You've offered your time, your energy, and your commitment for meaningful participation in plays, projects, presentations, and organizations by demonstrating the skills of self-discipline, positive goal setting, and teamwork. Those laminated posters outside the art room remind us that these valuable skills are far more effective when they are rooted in a solid foundation of respect for self and for others. As you face the challenges of the future in the world beyond high school, use the skills you have learned at Whitman Hanson. Every day, serve as a beacon of responsible citizenship by participating, contributing, recycling, volunteering, voting, stepping up, and most importantly, respecting. Class of 2016, stay in touch, come back to visit, walk through the halls, and let us know how we've done. Make good choices, do your best, thank your teachers, and love your family and friends. Congratulations and happy graduation.
Please welcome the high school assistant principal, David Fleck, to the podium for the presentation of awards.
The Class of 1950 English Prize is given to the most outstanding student of English over the past 4 years. This year's recipient will receive a check in the amount of $300. The Class of 1950 English Prize is awarded to Caitlin Rabinovitz. The Ellen Conway Spellman Prizes were endowed by the late Cardinal Spellman in honor of his mother. The recipients of these awards researched a topic of literary and social significance and successfully presented the results of their work in oral competition. These prizes are awarded to the following persons. The third place award in the amount of $700 goes to Angela Kennedy Curran. The second place award in the amount of $800 goes to Zara Rabinovitz. And the first place award in the amount of $1,500 goes to Eric Lander. The Alton E. Taylor Award, given by the class of 1951. Alton Red Taylor was a member of the class of 1951 who lost his life in the Korean War. Classmates saw Red as a young man who was unknown and in some ways a non-participant until he flourished and became a leader during her senior year. Thus, the class of 1951 felt this award should be given to the senior boy who realized his potential during his senior year. The high school faculty votes this award. The recipient will receive a check in the amount of $150, and his name will be inscribed on a plaque prominently displayed here in the school. The recipient of the class of 1951's Alton E. Taylor Award is Bradley Lynch. The Pamela Costantino Award, given by the class of 1983. Pam Constantino was a member of the class of 1983 who lost her life in an automobile accident. Pam's classmates established this award. The class of 1983 felt that recognizing a senior girl who best demonstrates her potential during her senior year would be a fitting tribute to Pam. The high school faculty also votes this award. The recipient will receive a check in the amount of $75, and her name will be inscribed on an award plaque prominently displayed in the school. The recipient of the class of 1983's Pam Constantino Award is Nicole Schnabel. The Cindy Kroll Award, given by the class of 1986 in memory of their classmate, Cindy Kroll. The recipients of this award are chosen by the class advisors for their unselfish and lasting contributions to their class over the last 4 years while not holding a major class or school office position. The recipients will receive a plaque, and their names will also be inscribed on a plaque prominently displayed here in the school. The recipients of the class of 1986's Cindy Kroll Awards are Rachel Sword and John Devlin. The Narissa Lynn Cross Cup Award, given by the class of 1999. Narissa Cross Cup was a member of the class of 1999 who tragically lost her life in a car accident during her junior year. Narissa was a determined and outgoing girl who excelled in academics and athletics. This award is given each year to a senior who has overcome difficult personal circumstances in his or her attempt to attain educational goals and who plans to attend college. The recipient will receive a personal plaque and a check in the amount of $150, and their name will be inscribed on an award plaque prominently displayed in the school. The recipient of the Narissa Lynn Cross Cup Award is Sam Beret. The Samuel O. Gurney Foundation Sportsmanship Awards are endowed by the late S. Reginald Gurney Foundation. The recipients of this award are the outstanding young male and female graduates who have demonstrated sportsmanship as well as athletic and scholarly ability during their 4 years as student athletes at our high school. The recipients will receive a check in the amount of $250 and a commemorative trophy. The recipients of the Samuel O. Gurney Sportsmanship Awards are Abby Newman and Nicholas Smith. The Dennis M. O'Brien Scholarships are given in memory of Mr. Dennis M. O'Brien. Dennis was a student, a teacher, and a coach here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. These scholarships are awarded to the male and female students who have attained the highest class rank while participating in our school's athletic program over the past 4 years. The recipients of this award epitomize the student-athlete ideal we strive for here at Whitman Hanson. They are truly special people. The recipients of this award will receive a check in the amount of $1,000, and their names will be inscribed on a plaque prominently displayed in the school. The first Dennis M. O'Brien Scholarship recipient is Leah Polito. The second Dennis M. O'Brien Scholarship goes to Gerard Devlin.
Please welcome Mr. Robert Hayes to the podium for the alumni scholarships.
The Whitman Hanson High School Regional Alumni Association Scholarship is presented by myself, the chair of the school committee. It is presented annually to students who have had at least one parent attend Whitman Hanson Regional High School. The scholarship is in the amount of a check of $500. The recipients of the 2015 Whitman Hanson Regional High School Alumni Scholarships are Megan Dreyer. The second recipient of this award is Samuel Evans.
Please welcome Mr. Kevin Kafka, President of the Whitman Hanson Education Association, to present his scholarships.
Hello. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Yeah. On behalf of the Whitman Hanson Education Association, I am honored to recognize the following students for achieving academic excellence here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. I have certificates and money. First winner is Leah Polito. Second award winner is Jerry Devlin. And the third is Angela Kennedy Curran. All right, this is exciting. Are you excited? Okay. The Lovell Award. The Lovell Award is given in memory of Eugenia F. Lovell, a past long-term member of the Whitman School Committee who dedicated her life to the pursuit and recognition of academic excellence. This award is achieved by the graduate who most exhibits the qualities of excellence held in such high esteem by Eugenia F. Lovell. In addition to a plaque, there is a monetary award of $1,000. The recipient of the Lovell Award is selected by vote of the faculty and recognition of the student who is outstanding in character, leadership, and service to the school. The recipient must rank in the top third of the class. This is the highest and most honorable award attainable at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. I am honored to present this year's recipient of the Eugenia F. Lovell Award to Erica Badger.
Each year, the senior class selects a student to speak at commencement. This year, the class of 2016 chose Rachel Sword as their selected speaker. Rachel, the podium is yours. You go, kid. She's to your left.
Thank you. Hi, guys. How are we? Good? Okay. First, I have a question for everyone. Does anyone know what 1,374 days ago today was? Yeah. It was our first day of freshman year. First day of high school, August 29th, 2012. 1,374 days ago today, we stepped foot in Whitman Hanson for the first time as students. We started a 4-year, exciting, and at times grueling journey to right here, June 3rd, 2016, 1,374 days later. In that time, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's learned a lot, not only in academics, but about myself. And today, I want to share 4 things with you that have become particularly important to me along the way, and I hope will still be important when high school is a lot more than 1,374 days behind us. Number 1, choose what you let defines you. We all have our good days and our bad days, our successes and our failures. It is how we react to these things that makes or breaks us. If you allow your failures, the days you screwed up, to define you, you will see yourself as just that, a failure, a screw-up. But if you allow successes, your college acceptance letter, your friends thanking you for always having their backs, to define you, you are allowing yourself to continue to succeed in whatever you put your mind to. And we all deserve that, the power and the mindset to succeed. For some of us, the last 4 years have been filled with friendship, A's, and game-winning shots. If you're looking back on your years in high school with pride and happiness, that's great. Allow that to define you. Take the self-confidence you've gained with you to the next chapter in your life, wherever that may be, and let it propel you into even better things. Refuse to accept that high school was your peak. If you look back on your years here and think you could have done better or wish you did more, that's okay too. That's normal. Nobody expected us to accomplish everything we'd ever do during high school. We were just supposed to grow and change, and we all did that. But you don't have to let high school define you. Graduation is most definitely the end of a chapter. You can turn the page and never look back. You can start over. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Remember that. Number 2, everyone knows something you do not. Allow new people you meet to share their experiences with you. Let their mistakes teach a lesson and allow them to offer advice through their successes. People are all what you choose to see in them, so become a compilation of every person you ever meet. There's no rule that says you have to become a good, wise person all by yourself. We weren't meant to face this world alone, so ask questions. Ask questions and ask a lot of them. There is a stigma with asking questions. Somewhere along the way, asking a question became something to be ashamed of. Okay, so let's face it, none of us know everything. What fun would it be if we did? So forget that stigma. Be that person in class who raises their hand after the teacher says, "Any questions?" and the entire room suffers through an awkward 10 seconds of silence together. Break that silence. Save your classmates and save your teachers, but most importantly, save yourself from becoming afraid of learning more. Once you break down that wall, you will open a door to a world full of information, experiences, and secrets you would never know existed if you were too afraid to just raise your hand. Number 3, be proud of where you come from. Whether or not you let it define you, you have the right to be proud of it. There are 37,100 high schools in the United States, and we all ended up here in the towns of Whitman and Hanson, Massachusetts, which are 22.668 square miles combined. And if you ask me, the class of 2016 is full of some pretty awesome people. Be proud you went to high school with people like Matt Evans, who we will probably all see on TV one day when we're watching Monday Night Football. People like Brad Lynch, who will one day have the #1 single on iTunes. People like Emily Burnett, who will be some of our children's 4th grade teacher one day. And people like Cooper Leonard, who one day very well may be leading our country as president. Be proud you went to high school with brave, selfless people who are going on to serve our country, like Luke Rogers, Megan Youngclaws, and Jason Carrero. To every person in the class of 2016 planning to be in the armed forces, your courage can never be acknowledged and appreciated enough. Thank you. And if anything else, you can be proud you grew up in or next to the town where the most famous and delicious chocolate chip cookie in the world was invented, because that's pretty cool too. And last, but most definitely not least, number 4, don't forget to thank those who cared about you along the way. High school wasn't easy for any of us. It wasn't supposed to be. Thank the teachers who worked hard even when you weren't working your hardest too, and those who encouraged you to become your best self in and out of the classroom, because they believed in you even when you didn't believe in yourself. It is so easy to want to do well and to push yourself when you're surrounded by adults who applaud your strengths while recognizing your weaknesses and commit themselves to helping you improve those weaknesses. Believing in yourself suddenly seems possible when you are in class with teachers like Mrs. Dempsey and Mr. Andrews, who go out of their way to help students believe in their talents, even if their performance hasn't been perfect in the past, and teachers like Miss Jones, who instills a passion for learning in you just by being herself and showing a true love for what she teaches every day in class, even if it's at 7:05 on a Monday morning. Go out of your way to thank whoever it was in the school that impacted you and reminded you it wasn't the end of the world when you got a D on a paper or spilled coffee on your shirt. We all had that person, whether it's a teacher, guidance counselor, or the guy in the Smart Center. You can't change everything in this world, but you can change something. And for the staff of Whitman Hanson, that something was us. Thank them. I know it's possible to feel helpless and invincible at the same time, because we've all felt it. It's the feeling when you're in a good place with good people, and your heart knows and your mind knows you'll miss it when it ends. That's what high school was for me. People change, but the past stays the same. The best moments are usually the shortest, and time is the most valuable yet indefinite currency on earth. So congrats, class of 2016. I know graduation is supposed to be a celebration of how far we've come, but I think it is even more of a celebration of where we're all going, and that's something to celebrate. Thank you.
I would like to take a moment to thank Mr. Don Legg and Mr. Devin Dondera for the contributions of the chorus and band for this ceremony and so many other celebrations here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. I would also like to recognize and thank the senior class advisors, Ms. Courtney Jones and Ms. Karen Geegan-Lopes, for the many added hours they have dedicated to the senior class and the many events and celebrations this year. I would also like to thank Ms. Siobhan Horton, Ms. Carrie Allen, and Mr. David Fleck for the organization of this evening's festivities. Special thanks to members of Technology Services for providing all audio and visual enhancements tonight. Ernie Sandlin and his custodial staff should also be commended for all the additional setups required for Senior Week activities this week. I'd like to share with the audience the accomplishments, and there are many, of the class of 2016. 76 members were recognized by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as John and Abigail Adams Scholarship winners. This award is based on a student's MCAS exam and entitles each student to a scholarship for free tuition at any state university in Massachusetts. Would seniors receiving this award please stand for recognition? Students from this class receive book awards from various colleges. Samuel Evans and Marina Domenico from St. Michael's College, Bennett Childs from Dartmouth, Madison Shea from Smith College, Angela Curran from Wellesley, Leah Polito from Harvard, and Gerard Devlin from Brown University. Would book award winners please stand for recognition? Joshua Spicer was awarded the Xerox Award for Innovation in Information Technology. Gabrielle Farul-Bastien, the Bosch and Lam Science Award. Erica Badger received the George Eastman Young Leaders Award. Caitlin Rabinowitz was presented the Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award, and Michaela Clemens the Rensselaer Medal. Would these students stand for recognition? Many seniors participated and excelled in music and music performance during their tenure at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. Bennett Childs received the Woody Herman Jazz Award, Cameron Butler the Senior Band Director Award, Anastasia Menakanitis the Joseph Phyllis Sousa Award, and Brandon Hall the Kiwanis Concert Band Award. Jessica Venito won the National Choral Award, led the show choir to the first ever national championship, where President Angela Kennedy Curran and Vice President Colin Kennelly. Would music award winners and officers please stand for recognition? Would all senior members of the band, chorus, marching band, majorettes, jazz ensemble, and grand champion high frequency please stand for recognition? The Drama Club continued to grow in numbers, led by a group of talented seniors. Thoroughly Modern Millie and Seussical the Musical were both entertaining and tremendous successes. Providing senior leadership for the club were President Jessica Venito and Secretary Ainsley Stewart. The show couldn't go on without Millie, played by Jessica Venito, or Jimmy, played by Brandon Ricciardi in Thoroughly Modern Millie, The Cat in the Hat, played by senior Eric Lander, and Gertrude was played by Angela Kennedy Curran in Seussical the Musical. Would these students and all participants, both on stage and backstage from the Drama Club, please stand for recognition? Whitman Hanson's artistic talents have been displayed throughout the building and across the state. Michaela Bukow, Brittany Lynch, and Nicole Camello were selected as South Shore Art Center All-Stars. Ian Davis and Eric Lander both went through the very involved portfolio review and interview process to be selected as Art All-State winners. Ian Davis, Amanda Espling, Valerie Gurney, Carolyn Woodward, Ross Bartlett, Haley Roselli, and Eric Lander all received Scholastic Art Awards. Whitman Hanson Regional High School senior art students had their work exhibited in Doric Hall at the State House in Boston. The exhibition of high school art was mounted by State Representative Josh Cutler to celebrate the art of students from the area. Whitman Hanson senior art students who had work on display in the prestigious location were Michaela Bukow, Brittany Lynch, Nicole Seeley, Carolyn Woodward, Val Gurney, Amanda Espling, Jack Devlin, Jill Whalen, Katrina Crowley, Nicole Camello, and Connor Sauls. A few senior art students have taken the initiative to develop their art into professional endeavors. Val Gurney was commissioned to do the illustrations for a children's book. Jack Devlin just had 2 images published in the Marble Collection and has developed a successful photography business. Ian Davis sells t-shirts featuring his own designs. Carolyn Woodward started her own website to sell her art as part of an independent study art class. In addition, many of our senior art students have taken part in a variety of community service-related projects, including Arts in Bloom and Bowls for Hunger. Will all senior artists and art award members please stand for recognition? Senior members of the National Honor Society raised more than $4,000 for the Whitman and Hanson food pantries by hosting a Miles for Meals fun run and walk. In addition, the students worked on a number of community organizations over the course of the year, including the Hanson Senior Center, the Whitman Public Library, the Salvation Army, My Brother's Keeper, and Green Hanson. Would senior members of the NHS that participated in these outstanding events stand for recognition? This year, 32 members of DECA competed at the district conference. 10 seniors placed in the top 8 for their individual category and qualified to advance to the state competition. At states, these seniors competed against 2,500 students. Caitlin Rabinowitz finished in the top 10 for her category, and all competitors earned recognition for passing individual category tests. In addition, 3 seniors, Laura Meades, Kevin Baradas, and Sean Roach, competed in a special life skills competition at districts where they demonstrated knowledge of financial literacy concepts. They were awarded medals in these categories. Would all seniors that participated in DECA please stand for recognition? Samuel Evans was the high-scoring senior on the math team. Joining Sam in competition were his fellow seniors, Brian Berry, Joshua Spicer, Chris Norvay, Jerry Devlin, and Brian Mayer. Through their combined efforts, Whitman Hanson was able to finish 4th out of 7 teams in District 5 of the Southeastern Massachusetts Math League. Would all the members of the math team please stand for recognition? "93 seniors participated in the CSL Partners in Business Internship Program. In this program, seniors were placed in various career-related internships, such as nursing, radiology, dentistry, veterinary, education, cosmetology, emergency services, sports and physical therapy, computer engineering, public relations, and many more. In addition to their internship, each student completed 5 hours of community service. Some of the seniors did so well they were offered work after their internship. Would all seniors who participated in this program please stand for recognition? The Key Club has been committed to serving the Whitman and Hanson communities for years, but this year they truly went above and beyond. Under the leadership of senior officers Rachel Sword, Caitlin Rabinowitz, Brittany Green, Lindsay Godbout, and Samantha Tompkins, the Key Club volunteered at Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, Christmas in the City, Miles for Meals, the Whitman Food Pantry, and Trick or Trucking. Key Club members went trick or canning to collect food for the Whitman and Hanson food pantries, as well as holding their own food drive at school. They donated Christmas gifts to needy families in Whitman and Hanson and collected can tabs to Shriners Hospital in Boston. They organized the Selling Out for Cancer fundraiser, where students surrendered their phones and went an entire week without them, all to raise awareness for cancer. Finally, through fundraisers like Prom Fashion Show, Selling Out for Cancer, and Relay for Life, they raised over $6,000 this year for the American Cancer Society. Senior members of Key Club, please stand for recognition. The Student Environmental Awareness Club promotes environmental awareness through a variety of programs at Whitman Hanson. The senior officers, Sarah Moore, Rachel Brown, and Brian Berry, and other club members, along with Ms. Jones, Mr. Googans, and the class of 2012, helped make possible the purchase of 5 water filtration units for the school this year. The club seeks to raise environmental consciousness in the school and encourages students to bring their own water bottles to refill at these stations. As of June 1st, the equivalent of 46,755 plastic bottles have been kept out of the waste stream. Would senior members of SEEK please stand for recognition? The senior members of Student Council, under the leadership of Erica Badger and Emily Burnett, have increased the positive events in the school, helping to improve school culture. They held a very successful homecoming dance and once again conducted the Spread the Word to End the Word campaign. Student Council hosted a Special Olympics bocce tournament where close to 500 people attended. They recognized the Staff Member of the Month, organized the annual rally, numerous spirit days, March Madness, the NCAA Tournament Challenge. They conducted the penny drive for the 32nd consecutive year, raising more than $2,850. They sponsored national recognized speaker Mike Smith to speak to the student body this spring. The Whitman Hanson Student Council was recognized as a Gold Council of Excellence, the highest award a council can achieve by the State Student Council Board. Would all seniors in Student Council please stand for recognition? On behalf of the entire community, I would like to thank our student athletes for their dedication and competitive play while maintaining the highest of ethics and behavior on and off the field. Over the course of their 4 years in high school, 181 students participated in some level of athletics in one or more of our 26 sports. Will all seniors that participated in athletics at any point over your 4 years please stand for recognition? Leadership was a major theme for the class of 2016. 42 seniors served their teams as captains. Would all athletic captains please stand for recognition? "48 seniors received Patriot League All-Star honors. Would all All-Stars please stand for recognition? 34 students received all scholastic honors in their respective sports. Would those students please stand for recognition? Sportsmanship is important to Whitman Hanson and our athletic program. 23 seniors earned sportsmanship awards from the Patriot League in their respective sports. Would all the sportsmanship award winners please stand for recognition? The senior class made major contributions to team success as well. 19 of our 26 sports advanced to postseason play. Would all seniors who played on a tournament team or teams which competed in postseason please stand for recognition? Fall and winter cheerleading, girls soccer, girls hockey, and boys basketball all won league titles. Would senior members of these championship teams please stand for recognition? Our senior cheerleaders finished off a remarkable career where they won 5 straight state championships. These are some of the hardest working student athletes, not just in our school, but in our entire state. Would the senior cheerleaders please stand for recognition? The boys basketball team took our entire community on an amazing ride this winter, winning the first ever South Sectional title and earning our first ever trip to the Boston Garden. Would the senior members of the boys basketball team please stand for recognition? I think there should be a lot more seniors standing up. The super fans were as much a part of that memorable ride as the players. You were awesome with your enthusiasm and sportsmanship. I was so proud of our school that night when Garden and MIA officials approached me and complimented us on our fans. If you attended the game at the Boston Garden or you were a super fan this year, please stand for recognition. Our 26 athletic teams completed more than 29 community service projects this year. From raising money to fight cancer to reading at elementary schools, our senior class has always understood what it means to give back. Would senior athletes who help with community service please stand for recognition? The student-athlete concept is something ingrained in all of our students. Academics are always our first priority. In that spirit, two students, Nicholas Smith and Samantha Coletti, were recognized by the Patriot Ledger for their excellence in competition and in the classroom as Patriot League school-wide scholar athletes. Abby Newman won the prestigious MIAA Student of the Month for March. In addition, 25 other students were honored as the scholar athletes in their respective sports. Would all our scholar athletes please stand for recognition? On Wednesday evening, members of the class of 2016 received close to $227,000 in scholarship money funded by Dollars for Scholars, as well as additional local scholarship donations. Samantha Coletti received an appointment to West Point, which is estimated to be worth $250,000. Would all scholarship award winners please stand for recognition? Mr. Hayes said it once, but I'm going to say it again. Please allow me to recognize our educators and call attention to their tireless commitment to excellence in academic pursuit. You have made a difference in the lives of the class of 2016 and of the many students that sit in your classroom. Speaking for all in attendance, we thank you for your enthusiasm and dedication to student achievement and learning. Would all educators in our assembly please rise for recognition at this time? The year is 2016, and some folks have already talked about it, but we all live at least part of our lives on social media, some good and some not so good. Last week, I stumbled across life lessons from Alex Noriega's blog, Stuff No One Told Me, and I'd like to share a few pieces with the class of 2016. Thinking too much about a problem won't make it easier to solve. Some of the most interesting people I know don't know what to do with their lives. Being successful means something different to each person. Respect that. Things are just things. Don't get too attached to them. Good imagination is a sign of great intelligence. Things that are hard to say are usually the most important. Don't ever take yourself too seriously. Find someone with whom you can laugh about everything, and the rest will be fine. Your salary does not determine how good of a person you are. Hello is the most important word against loneliness. People who try harder to look tough usually are the ones that need the most affection. Trust your instincts. Surround yourself with things and people that inspire you. You don't need anyone's permission to do what feels right for you. Someday, you will miss today. Seniors, in about 35 minutes, each of you will begin a new journey. Some have committed to service in our military. Others will attend schools like Rutgers, Boston University, Elon, Syracuse, Harvard, or my alma maters, Westfield State and Providence College. Still others will join the workforce providing necessary services to consumers in this area. I want to thank you all for your contributions to our school culture and community. You have been an outstanding class, representing the best of the towns of Whitman and Hanson. Please know that everyone present today believes in your ability and wishes you only the best in your pursuits. Please join me to recognize the accomplishments of this wonderful class. I'd like to invite Caitlin Rabinowitz and Joshua Spicer to the podium to recite the class ode, followed by the presentation of the class gift.
Hello, it's the class of 2016. Wondering if after all these years, we'd finally graduate. And yes, parting is such sweet sorrow. And yes, we wish we could turn back time to the good old days. But we must accept certain inalienable truths, that we can't live forever, that time is often like a hand waving from a train we want to be on, that nothing gold can stay. But when your hotline blings, you know we're only one call away. So we're moving on, letting go, but holding on to tomorrow. Meanwhile, the world goes on, and we have to find out where we want to go. And then, we have to start going there. Everyone has a moment in history which belongs particularly to him, and this moment belongs to us. And now we're 4 or 5 seconds from graduating. But don't worry, as Gatsby reminds us, life starts over again when it gets crisp in the fall. We love this class like Kanye loves Kanye. We're shaking off our graduation caps. A page is turning for everyone. They say a ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. And in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Okay, seniors, now let's get in formation. Because on this day, we become legend, wait for it, dairy.
Hello and good evening, everybody. My name is Joshua Spicer, and I will be presenting the class gift for Whitman Hanson's class of 2016. Every graduating class has an overarching personality. Our class is full of leaders and innovators who are very interested in and passionate about the world we live in. We are a class that is well aware that many small actions can lead to something bigger than ourselves. Today in the media, we are often exposed to the accelerating effects of global warming. Everybody is petitioned to do their part in reducing humanity's carbon footprint. With this in mind, the class of 2016 is donating the remainder of our money toward the addition of environmentally friendly refillable water bottle stations for use throughout the school district. A few of these stations are already set up around the high school with extraordinary success. Each machine retroactively counts the number of reusable bottles filled in place of plastic ones. As of today, our school has already kept 47,172 plastic bottles out of circulation. Class of 2016 is proud to leave behind a legacy of sustainability. We hope to encourage future students and faculty to utilize this gift and to remember the impact that small actions have on all our lives. Thank you.
Will the President of Student Council, Erica Badger, proceed to the podium for the presentation of Teacher of the Year and Staff Person of the Year.
Going into freshman year can certainly be an intimidating experience. Kids often wonder, who is this loud man that keeps popping into my classroom? Is he a stand-up comedian, the official school greeter, the designated guy whose job it is to make every single kid here feel slightly uncomfortable at least once throughout their high school career? A teacher, a friend, or is he Mr. Dukeman, the man who makes life so much more enjoyable and manageable here at Whitman Hanson? While the majority of teachers struggle to learn the names of students in their own classes, there are very few students in all of Whitman Hanson that Mr. Dukeman does not know. He makes it his own mission to know not just his own students, but nearly every single student in the entire building. He can often be found in the bleachers of most sporting events, in the audience at every play, and even in the crowd here tonight. Personally, Mr. Dukeman is a role model to me, but also inspires every single student he fist bumps in the hallway. Thank you for everything you do, Mr. Dukeman, and congratulations from the class of 2016. At the center of every functioning unit is some type of powerhouse. This source allows the entire system to operate smoothly. If there is any type of glitch, the system recalculates and adjusts to maintain balance almost immediately. At Whitman Hanson Regional High School, this nucleus is none other than Siobhan Horton. Mrs. Horton can be found at the school at all hours of the day and night, making sure there are absolutely no flaws whatsoever. There is no single person that holds the school together like Mrs. Horton does. A quote from a graduate sums up exactly what Mrs. Horton does here at Whitman Hanson. Without her, this school would literally fall apart. Because of this, the class of 2016 would like to express our appreciation for Mrs. Horton's continued hard work and selflessness. Although she couldn't be with us here tonight due to the fact that her own son is graduating over at Hanover High School, none of us here would be standing without her. Thank you for all that you do.
Welcome back, graduates of the class of 1966. As I was preparing my comments for you, I found a copy of your yearbook, the interim. Looking at you now, class of 66, I can honestly say you haven't changed one bit. Athletes of the class of 2016, I bet you didn't know you had a special connection to members of the class of 1966. The turf that you play on is named after Dennis O'Brien, a three-sport athlete in the class of 1966 who tragically lost his life while coaching right here at Whitman Hanson. We also welcomed accomplished athlete and Panther alum, class of 1966, Patrick Cronin, back as head baseball coach. Coach Cronin is currently leading this year's baseball team into the second round of the MIA baseball tournament. Good luck, Coach. Go get 'em. Class of 1966, let's take a little journey back in time and share with this class of 2016 what high school was like 50 years ago. Miss Whitman Hanson was Sharon Dodge. Your representatives to Boys State and Girls State were John Snow, John Yanni, Lorna Holbrook, Doreen Lima, and Karen Kelly. The football team went undefeated and brought home the first ever state football championship to Whitman Hanson. Legend has it that between 8,000 and 13,000 people were present at the Abington Thanksgiving Day game. Mr. Smith was the principal, and Mr. Lane was the vice principal. I bet they didn't have to ask students to turn their cell phones off and stop texting in the halls in '66. When you graduated in 1966, you couldn't download your favorite song on iTunes, but you could blast Monday, Monday, Wild Thing, Summer in the City, or the Ballad of the Green Berets on your 4 or 8-track cassette players. There was no HGTV to watch Bonanza, Green Acres, Red Skelton, Gomer Pyle, or Star Trek that premiered in 1966, and you had to be home to watch your favorite bands on American Bandstand live. There was no VHS, DVD, on demand, or DVRs to record it. A gallon of gas cost 32 cents. Eggs were 60 cents a dozen, milk 99 cents, and a stamp was a nickel. College costs on average were $1,500, including room and board. The Baltimore Orioles won the series. The Packers won the NFL championship, and the Kansas City Chiefs won the AFL championship. There wasn't yet a Super Bowl. The Canadians were NHL champions, and the Celtics won the NBA title. Congratulations, Whitman Hanson Regional High School class of 1966, on your 50th anniversary as a proud Panther. I would like to begin with the awarding of the 50-year certificates. When your name is called, please stand, and your certificate will be delivered to you at your chair.
Diane Black. Patrick Cronin. Joanne Daigle Winslow. Ellen Hale Isaacson. Pamela Harrigan. Lorna Holbrook. Janet Holmes. Cynthia Holmes Chandler. Eileen Karras Keneally. Robert Ketchen. Andrew Key. Michelle Matta Hayes. Mariah McClellan. Susan McKay. Richard O'Connell. Dorothy Quilty Wilhelm. Vangelina Tavares Sampson. Kathleen Villano Welch.
At this time, the graduating class will proceed to receive their diplomas. After the last graduate has received his or her diploma, the class will be asked to stand as the official pronouncement of their status is made.
Gerard Michael Devlin.
Cooper William Leonard.
Caitlin Marie Rodbinovitz, presented by School Committee member Alexandria Taylor.
Jillian Marie Whalen.
Joshua Colin Spicer.
Erica Robin Badger.
Rachel Elizabeth Sword.
Leah Christine Polito.
Abigail Marie Bailey.
Philip Paul Barnett.
Julia Nancy Bailey.
Brian Christopher Barry.
Taylor Irene Boyce.
Michaela Ann Bucco.
Rachel Claire Brown.
Cameron Patrick Butler.
Emily Catherine Burnett.
Kiara Cassiano.
Michaela Noel Clemens.
William Richard Cordingly.
Samantha Marie Coletti.
Marina Nolan Domenico.
John Matthew Devlin.
Taylor Marie Downey.
Patrick John Duffy.
Samuel Philip Evans, presented by Thomas Evans and Philip Lindquist, former school committee members.
Alyssa Marie Gachicha.
Kelsey Nicole Gilbert.
Lindsay Jill Godbout.
Angela Marie Haas.
Paisley Elizabeth Haskell.
Connor Alyssa Holland.
Riley Morgan Holmes.
Angela Claire Kennedy Curran.
Caitlin Marie McGuire.
Gabrielle Nicole Majensky.
Sarah Elizabeth Moorer.
Jack Daniel McLaughlin.
Brian John Maher.
Emily Elizabeth Mendonza.
Catherine Dolores Mitchell.
Abby Louise Newman.
Catherine Kerry O'Kane.
Jared Stanley Pendrak.
Joshua Cabot Rice.
Madison Rose Scott.
Madison Lee Shea.
Elizabeth Lauren Short.
Nicholas David Smith.
Ansley Marie Stewart.
Dylan Michael Thomas.
Edward Patrick Tyler.
Jessica Elizabeth Benito.
Allison Madeline Wahlberg.
Caroline Marie Woodward.
Peter Nelson Amato.
Ryan Matthew Amato.
Lindsay Hope Anderson.
Zachary James Anderson.
Joseph Ralph Arico.
Sarah Jessica Barilaro.
Kevin Francis Baradas.
Jasmine Nicole Barrios Cochran.
Ross Allen Bartlett.
Morgan Lynn Benedetti.
Christina Mildred Benner.
Kyle Paul Bina.
Troy Michael Blackstone.
Francis Stephen Blake Jr.
Alexa Marie Rose Booker.
Sam Brigitte Bure.
Jacob Paul Bowden.
Hannah Elizabeth Brett.
Edward Walter Brown V.
Justin Michael Buell.
Melissa Ruth Bunzel.
Brianna Rose Callanan.
Nicole Christina Camello.
Devin Marie Campbell.
Alex Joseph Carr.
Brendan Lewis Carrasquillo.
David Matthew Carrero.
Jasmine Marie Carrasquillo.
Jason James Carrero.
Leanne Renee Chambers.
Bennett Raymond Childs.
Thomas Joseph Chamorro IV.
Haley Rhiannon Churchill.
Amber Grace Clark.
Alexander Christian Clegg.
Caitlin Elizabeth Coheno.
Megan Olivia Coleman.
Michael Salvatore Coletti.
Joshua Allen Connell.
Anthony John Consolini.
Noah Brian Cookson.
Jason Anthony Coronella.
Kendra Ray Courtney.
Jack Dylan Crowley.
Katrina Lynn Cheryl Crowley.
Nicholas Patrick Crowley.
Melina Da Silva Braga.
Catherine Rose Darcy.
Victoria Morgan DeRigo.
Ian Randall Davis.
Lindsay Marie Davis.
Megan Sophia DeAngelis.
Rachel Linan DeBoer.
Timothy Louis DeCudo.
John Joseph DeLuca.
Rhiannon Elizabeth DeRoy Schneider.
Madison Rosalie Dodd.
Jillian Rose D'Olympia.
Amanda Hope Donnelly.
Shannon Elizabeth Doucette, presented by former school committee member James Haggerty.
Sarah Mae Dow.
Colin Seamus Downing.
Megan Michelle Dreyer.
John Francis Duggan.
Cassidy Sharon Eaton.
Brent Jason Edgerly.
Kevin Anthony Emery.
Amanda Lee Espling.
Matthew Joseph Evans.
Gabrielle Joan Ferrula Bastion.
Morgan Taylor Frawley.
Alexis Nicole Frizzetti.
Jacob Anthony Gagnon.
Georgina Patrice Galliano.
Ashley Marie Giannotti.
Dana Lorraine Giles.
Benjamin Daniel Godwin.
Jason Mitchell Gonsalves.
Andrew Michael Goss.
Callie Alexandra Grant.
Zachary William Grazioso.
Brittany Marie Green.
Valerie Ann Gurney.
Nicholas Edward Haley.
Brandon Michael Hall.
Connor Paul Hanlon.
Joseph Francis Harrigan.
Aiden Christopher Hebert, presented by School Committee member Alexandria Taylor.
Colin Andrew Henderson.
Meredith Diana Hurlett.
Nolan Philip Herlihy.
Curtis Robert Hermes.
Hannah Margaret Hogue.
Kyle Cushman Hermes.
David Brian Howard.
Taylor Duran Hunt.
Vanessa Rose Hunter.
Stephanie Marie Huntington.
Megan Marie Johnson.
William Lewis Jolamore, presented by School Committee member William Jolamore.
Sarah Jean Jordan.
Caroline Phyllis Kalin.
Jason Stephen Keenan.
Rachel Mildred Kelly.
Colin Thomas Kennelly.
Jenna Rose Kimball.
Mitchell Liam Kinney.
Leah Catherine Kowski.
James Russell Lowley.
Eric Salvatore Lander.
Ryan Joseph Larkin.
Cameron Cronin Leonard.
Cameron Patrick Libro.
Bradley Thomas Lynch.
Justin Michael Lowe.
Brittany Marie Lynch.
Benjamin Scott Maines.
Brian Anthony Malloy.
Cole Richard Manning.
Noelle Marie Marquardt.
Mikael Edward Martell.
Michaela Justice Mason Rollins.
Jeremiah Bruce MacArthur.
Michael Owen McDonough.
Joseph Anthony McCollum.
Molly Etane McDonough.
Brian Patrick McGann.
Angela Margaret McPhee.
Kiska Rose Lopez McLeod.
Victoria Mary McPhee.
Megan Ann McSeveny.
Anastasia Marie McConiatis.
Caitlin Ann Mensinger.
Savannah Laura Miller.
Parker Douglas Minor.
Jack Gerard Melito.
Nikki Marie Montanaro.
Christopher John Morgan.
Erin Margaret Moriarty, presented by Assistant Superintendent Ellen Stockdale.
Caitlin Ann Morris.
Michael Stephen Morse.
Matthew Edward Mossman.
Casey Lynn Therese Murphy.
Brandy Nicole Naylor.
Jacob Peter Neely.
Matthew James Nichols.
Jessica Marie Nicholson.
Jason Howard Nickel.
Ryan Anthony Nicotera.
Christopher Lawrence Norvay.
Jillian Michelle O'Leary.
Kristen Marie O'Leary.
Michaela Marie Olson.
Jolene Catherine O'Neill.
Anthony Joseph Paola.
Drew Martin Paray.
Deanna Marie Parker.
Nathaniel Joseph Perkins.
Justin Bosworth Peters.
Madison Rose Phillips.
Madison Lauren Piers.
Vincent Charles Poirier.
Alicia Isabella Quersher.
Matthew James Raditz.
Sophia Lucille Rach.
Aaron Nicholas Ralph.
Rachel Sylvia Regan.
Travis Christopher Reichert.
Laura Lee Ramirez.
Brandon Dudley Rishardi.
Sean Dennis Roach.
Brendan Liam Rogers.
Luke Matthew Rogers.
Nadelka Brigitsa Raji Kamelka.
Michael Martin Rosario.
Haley Elena Roselli.
Kevin William Ross.
Connor Michael Sauls.
Alexis Christine Sangalier.
Megan Ashley Sauls.
Nicole Marie Schnabel.
Austin James Schofield.
Matthew William Secatori.
Nicole Marie Seeley.
Amanda Jean Sessock.
Richard Sherlock.
Michael Joseph Shirley.
Amari Donnell Cisco.
Dahlia Rose Smith.
Joshua Dean Spalding.
Jared Glenn Spillane.
Alexandra Helen Spiropoulos.
Nicholas John Spiropoulos.
Danielle Lee Stokes.
Lily Marguerite Sullivan.
Liam Keith Sweeney.
Liam Joseph Talbot.
Kyle John Tamulevich.
Megan Marie Taylor.
Zachary James Taylor, presented by School Committee member Alexandria Taylor.
John Stephen Tabaji.
William Leo Tianhara.
Samantha Lee Tompkins.
Michael James Turner.
Jacqueline Evelyn May Toomey.
Maxine Trisha Vincent.
Nils Daniel Wanskers.
Darian Matthew Wentworth.
Olivia Hope Whalen.
Stephen Edward Wilkinson.
Matthew Keenan Wilson.
Lucas James Winnett.
Melissa Danielle Wolf.
Haley May Yakovonis.
Kyle William Yazbek.
Joseph William Yakovonis.
Adam Charles Young.
Joseph Andrew Young.
Megan Kamelka Youngclaws.
Christian Antoine Zayden.
Class of 2016, please rise. It is an honor to exercise the responsibility vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I now pronounce you graduates of Whitman Hanson Regional High School. You may move your tassels right to left.